Welcome to the Meth Lab, the mobile editing technical hub. It's a rattly, smelly fiberglass box, and we're driving across South Africa in it, day in, day out. There's 5 guys in total in here, 2 editing, support team, people coming and going, very smelly loo in the back, the fridge quite often breaks down, the air conditioning frankly isn't up to the job, and it's 95 degrees outside.
Ready or not.
This is one long road trip. Eddie's running from place to place, so we're moving on all the time. And because we have to shoot, cut and upload 3 or 4 little films every day to BBC 3, we need to be close to the action. So we shoot the content, bring it into here, and the 2 guys in the back edit it, and when it's done, we upload it to London.
It's really tricky actually. So all your laptop and all your hard drives are bouncing around.
I've never met someone whose job is driving, yet they're so bad at driving.
Come on, take me on. Come on, take me on.
Well, the Meth Lab is my pride and joy. People say it's filthy dirty, but I take good care of it, I think. So we've had some adventurous camel trophy obstacles to conquer on the way, but everything is running relatively smooth, I believe.
The Meth Lab's stuck in a hole.
Okay, we were too close to the one side and we fell in.
Come on and take me on. Come on and take me on.
It's like a mobile home. So it's like sitting in the lounge of my house. It's just that it's mobile. Beautiful scenery, lots of interesting things to see along the road. So I enjoy it thoroughly.
When the war is over, the fight is done, we'll be lying in the sun.
Well, I think in a military way. I did one, my plan was to be in the military. I was trying to get into the SAS. I was going to do Marines or paratroops and then apply the SAS. So this is my kind of selection. This is me doing a selection for the civilian. I feel I've lived a civilian Special Forces kind of life, because walking out the door as a transgender person 31 years ago, that is civilian Special Forces. You've really got to arrange your brain right. A lot of other people have done it. I'm not special on this.
Hello!
Hi.
I'm honoured to meet you.
What's your name?
Jennifer.
Hello, Joe.
Pleased to meet you. I am a volunteer with Amos Trust and help with the Durban Street Children. And Sport Relief have done a phenomenal amount getting loads of children off the streets.
And you're running as well?
A little bit. I'll jog slowly. I haven't got a sports bra on.
All right. Neither have I.
20 years ago, there were over 1,000 street children on the streets in Durban, and now there's less than 50. And it's all because of the work and the support that Durban Street Children Project have put into getting the children off the streets, preventing them from coming back onto the streets.
Well done. We're trying to do half a marathon this morning here. We're trying to do it running up and down the road here. We have to drive about 3 hours to get to Cape Town today. To try and do half a marathon before I'm not in a great mood.
Today's judgment day, basically. I need to see, can he hold half a marathon at 8.5 kilometres an hour? Once he's completed these 2 half marathons today, he is going to be down to single figures. 2 of those single figures are the double marathon that he wants to do at the end. So we've got 7 marathons to try and achieve the speed level that we need.
Two minutes to spare.
Turn my legs are on fire.
So, yeah, no, don't want to get... Relax.
What happened there was you saw an exact example of the brain letting go and suddenly giving him all the information about what was going on.
Well, it's just like your feet are in 2 furnaces. We're going to meet Bruce Fordyce. Bruce Fordyce has won the Comrades Marathon, which is an ultramarathon in South Africa. It's 56 miles, 90 kilometres.
It's a very famous South African race. It was particularly big during apartheid because nobody could compete outside of South Africa. All the sanctions meant that the athletes had to compete within South Africa. So it became a very important race. It was a point where people could shine.
You're Bruce, yes?
Yeah, well done.
I'm Eddie.
Everything you've done.
Well, thank you.
Fabulous.
And so we're going to go for a little bit of a run?
Yeah, but
Yeah.
you have to be very slow.
Okay, no, well, join the slow club. I have personal worsts.
So what happened was I had come second and third in Comrades, and I had never won it. And by 81, I was champing at the bit. I knew I could. I had a very good chance. Like a hammer blow. 1981 was 20 years of the nationalist government being in power. And they did a 20-year celebration with tank parades and flyovers. I mean, it was straight out of North Korea, you know, that kind of, you know. The minister would be there to welcome the winners and all that stuff. A lot of runners withdrew, particularly our black runners. The armband was the compromise that we worked out as students to be able to run, but show our displeasure. There were about 40 or 50 people with armbands in, but I was just the prominent one because I won. I got hit by tomatoes, I got hit by eggs. Boo, 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 boo as I went past. But they couldn't believe that not just me alone, but that there were white runners out there protesting, you know. Near the end of the race, when it became apparent that I was going to win, one of the disgruntled wardens came in and tried to switch it off, you know. And they said, no, no, no. And eventually he said, oh, all right, he may be a commie, but he's still a sportsman. Thanks, Eddie. It was an honour and a privilege. Thank you. Yeah, thanks a lot, and well done for everything you're doing.
It's really kind of chilly. I've got used to the heat, and now I'm down at the seaside, and it's kind of chilly, so I've got to put a jacket on.
He's just cracked out a 5 hour 35 marathon with a load of messing about with Bruce Fordyce. So yeah, who knows? Maybe, just a maybe.
Morning of the 19th marathon. I am in Cape Town. So today we're running from the centre of Cape Town to Pollsmoor Prison.
We're now treating it as next Sunday is our A race, so that's what we're focusing toward. Everything that we're doing from now to then is about setting Eddie up, whether he can do that double marathon.
I'm going to run at 7.5 kilometres an hour consistently. So I've got to keep a steady pace. I've got to slow the pace down at the beginning and then try and hold it to 7.5.
He's basically going to start to finish without any distractions, without any stops. His mental ability to be able to just keep fighting and fighting is amazing, and what's happening now is his body is catching up with that. So his muscles are stronger, you can see his quads are bigger, his calves are bigger, his cardiovascular fitness is going up. So yeah, he's turning into a fit individual rather than just being a strong individual up here. He's fit in the body and strong up in the head, and that's the makings of a perfect marathon runner.
So today we are in Cape Town.
Well, it's nice. I like urban running.
There's a lot more traffic. Cars, traffic lights. It's more complex. There's a lot more talking on the radio. There's a lot more trying to sort things out. It's a lot more technically difficult for the convoy to make sure that we're kind of protecting Eddie. So we have a car in front, a car behind him, making sure we're protecting him from the traffic.
Number 19. This is number 19. Thank you. I'm running for my diva.
So that he can run this marathon at a fixed pace of 7.5 kilometres per hour.
The average speed of 7.6 kilometres an hour. Tim wants to keep me to 7.5, so I've got a little bit of money in the bank. Muscles are hurting, so I'm trying to run backwards and not fall into drainage, but this feels nice. Don't know if it's in the book. It's probably in the book next to crazy. What's it? Thank you. Thanks. So I just finished Marathon 19 at Pollsmoor Prison. This is where Nelson Mandela was moved to when he was taken from Robben Island after 18 years in Robben Island. So he was progressing, but he still had 9 years to go. What I'm trying to do is say that in life you can do positive things and inspire people. He inspired me. There are other people who are positive inspirations around the world. But he's done some very positive things, and his attitude, above all, his attitude was positive. And if I can do this now, 27 marathons, 27 days, picking up the baton maybe, then other people can say, hey, well, he's doing that, I'll go and do something else. And then we spread the positivity around, and then maybe humanity makes it through this century. It is 5:15, Cape Town, the morning of the 20th marathon. This is one I've been looking forward to get to. I have this idea that I don't think anyone's really gonna think this is possible or really pay attention or whatever until I've done 20 marathons. I'm here to get these nails fixed. There's a broken one there. These are my real nails. I don't know if you can see behind that, but that is a real nail. Boys' nails are stronger than girls' nails, guys, and they used to be attack weapons back in the day. Before Stone Age, persistence hunting, look that up on Google, and then I think attack with these and whatever to kill an animal and then you munch it.
Does it represent something for you?
I use it as a badge of identity. I am transgender. Guy did come out 31 years ago. I've got boy genetics and girl genetics. We get obsessed by it in humanity. We have been obsessed for 5,000-10,000 years of civilization as we gradually become more and more civilized. And people will still be murdered. In Uganda, they were trying to sentence people to death. And if you look at a tiger, you go, oh, tiger. You don't go, now girl tiger or boy tiger. We are obsessed by the genders because we grow up in one gender or another. But no other animal is obsessed by our gender. They don't give a monkey's about our gender. Even monkeys don't give a monkey's about it. It doesn't matter what sex or sexuality, how you self-identify or who you fancy, matters not one whit. What do you do in life? What do you create? What do you make? What do you add to the human existence? That is what matters. Again, it all comes back to Nelson Mandela. Okay?
Yeah.
Good to do a marathon with.
People are tired. There's definitely lots of pressure. We've got one of our key crew members, Neville, who's come down with a bit of a stomach bug this morning. Must be very careful. Tummy bug is not to be played with here. It will spread.
I've been quarantined. I've been sent back. I've been disposed of because I got sick.
Okay. Flag.
Even though the crew are dropping like flies, nothing stops Eddie.
Yeah.
42 kilometers
A day.
for 27 days.
Yeah.
How do you manage?
I don't know. Nelson Mandela was 27 years in prison, so I do 27 marathons in 27 days as salute to Madiba. There's only 7 to go. We're coming to a project now, a soccer project where money from people back home, from anywhere, it comes and helps.
Going to talk about this center, how important it is to us. And in Khayelitsha we have one of the highest rate when it comes to crime.
Right.
So there was nothing that was happening, and then grassroots soccer took the space. This is the coach development session whereby the coaches who are working as volunteers for grassroots soccer. It's not only the crime that is high in Khayelitsha, but also the number of people who are getting HIV was very high because of the social behaviors. This center comes in, it opens a lot of minds for those young girls and women out there about how we should treat them and how we should view them. Not only them, but also HIV, which means we do testing for the kids.
I think soccer can save the world. It spreads the dignity around.
You know, sometimes we are not the only organization that talks about HIV, but how do we make sure that we speak to the language they understand?
Yeah.
And the language they understand is through soccer club.
Tuesday, 6 days to go. Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday. 6 days to go.
7 marathons to run. There's going to be a point when there's only 5 to go and I can count them on my hand. 5 to go is a mere bagatelle, which is the thing that my father used to say when playing Monopoly, when he landed on somebody's property and he could easily pay the fine on Monopoly. You know. 21st marathon today. Not much left to do, but this week is the big week. Goodbye.
Return of Gary. Return of the Doc. I give him a kiss, but he's got a cold.
I've got a cold. Just coming back to make sure that he manages to achieve the dream, which is the 27 marathons and hopefully a double marathon the last day. He seems a little bit subdued, but otherwise looks pretty good. Looks fit, looks well. As I've said before, the biggest muscle in that man has got is in his head. And once that muscle starts pumping, nothing's going to stop him.
Crazy killer.
Go, yes. I'm going. All right. Bye-bye. Where do I go?
Welcome to Cape Town, welcome to South Africa.
Thank you.
Why 27 marathons?
Come on! Oh, right.
Hopefully, if I try and run 27 marathons in 27 days, it's an idea that can grab some people because they go, wow, that's quite tricky. That must be quite hard to do. Some people get to a good place and then they just try and hold on and push everyone back. Got to be working towards a world where 7 billion people have a fair chance.
No, man, I can't believe it.
It's beautiful. Nice to see you. Thank you.
Isn't it easier to be a comedian?
Yes, it's much easier to be a comedian than to run 27 marathons. Message of the rest of the world is be groovy. If you've done well, okay, then put something back. If you're struggling away and you're just trying to go off the ground, then soldier on. I hope you're okay about this, because I think you did good. So I'm trying to do good. Thank you. It's Wednesday. I finish on Sunday. I have 4 more marathons and a big race. I have a throat. I woke up with a sore throat, which is not a good thing to wake up to. It could be the air conditioning. I switched that off.
I'm just doing a safety blood check on Ed. I really wanted to make sure things were going well before he attempted the double marathon. And we're doing it a couple of days early, so that if I do need to adjust anything, then it gives me a couple of days to sort of sort out changes in any electrolytes or anything that I have to adjust.
So am I right in thinking, if I got this all right, that you were born here, weren't you?
Yes.
But during apartheid times, you decided, no, you didn't want to be here because of the apartheid?
Yeah, I'm 6th generation here, but when I was born, because I looked like I do and because of apartheid, people like me were required to fight in the apartheid army.
Right.
There was conscription. So that's what sent me to England. And I didn't leave because I don't love this place. I mean, look how beautiful it is.
Yeah.
I was absolutely thrilled and amazed when all the political changes happened here. And so I came back.
Before Mark was here, we was living in very bad conditions because we have no electricity. We have our kids have to walk very far to school. We work in very bad conditions as well.
Chenin Blanc.
Chenin Blanc,
Chenin
thank
Blanc,
you.
2015 vintage, 13% in volume. Smoothie is very light and easy to drink.
This is dangerous.
I got 2 minutes and 38 seconds. The Medoc Marathon, if you Google it up, it's in France, and you run and you taste wine, so try it. They claim it's the longest marathon in the world because it takes so long, because everyone does this. Can I get a bit more of this? That's good. We're doing a salute to the Medoc Marathon in France, and having a break every quarter of a marathon. Shiraz, I'm going to have a taste of a Shiraz. I'm going to have a break in another 10k. There we go, sparkling red. Cheers, everybody. Marathon 23, Robben Island. So should be a distinctive day, a day where we see how barren Robben Island is. Right next to Cape Town, beautiful Cape Town, and then you've got this very flat island where he was held prisoner for such a long time. We're going out across the waters of the Bay of Cape Town to Robben Island, where Nelson Mandela was in prison for 18 years out of the 27. So we're going to run the island. I'm going to do my entire marathon out there. Here goes 23rd, Robben Island. Journeying to Robben Island was like going to another country. Its isolation made it not simply another prison, but a world of its own. Prison life is about routine. Each day like the one before, each week like the one before it, so that the months and years blend into each other. In those early years, isolation became a habit. We were routinely charged for the smallest infractions and sentenced to isolation. The authorities believed that isolation was the cure for our defiance and rebelliousness. I found solitary confinement the most forbidding aspect of prison life. There was no end and no beginning. There is only one's own mind, which can begin to play tricks. The challenge for every prisoner, particularly every political prisoner, is how to survive prison intact, how to emerge from prison undiminished, how to conserve and even replenish one's beliefs. The authorities' greatest mistake was to keep us together, for together our determination was reinforced. We supported each other and gained strength from each other. I learned that courage was not the absence of fear, but the triumph over fear. The brave man is not he who does not feel afraid, but he who conquers that fear.
Brilliant, well done.
We're here outside Robben Island prison. Nelson Mandela was in here for 18 years.
So what I'm going to do now is I'm going to give you the key.
Oh wow. Right.
For most of his 18 years, he slept on the floor. Blankets, the bucket would have been the toilets. Mr. Mandela's height, nearly 2 meters.
2 meters, right?
He's
So I'm 1.7 meters.
You can imagine how sleeping on the floor and basically touching, his head touching one side and his feet touching the other side.
If you look how long I am, I'm 1.7 meters, he's 2 meters. He would have taken up the entire length. Well, I brought your flag. I think Nelson Mandela had the power of forgiveness already in him, I think a lot of people do. But he learnt stamina. He developed stamina, strength, endurance, and sharpened his wisdom. He was constantly trying to work it out in 27 years. And then he left prison without bitterness. Nelson Mandela and the other anti-apartheid political prisoners, they were forced to break up stones.
Working the limestone affected the eyes of many prisoners. In Mr. Mandela's case, he had an eye problem, and when they removed the cataracts from his eyes, we just said the glare affected his eyes that led to the cataracts. And when they removed the cataracts, they found lime dust behind it that clogged up his tear ducts. And that is the effect of working in that quarry for about 13 years.
Today is Friday the 18th of March, my 24th marathon. Marathon tomorrow, the Saturday, and then 2 marathons on the Sunday. 12 hours to run, 90 kilometers, 56 miles, and a day off on the Monday. I need that day off. Sport Relief Day. Last 3 days, last 4 marathons. Mathematics is still not perfect.
There's this element of doubt in there. Will I make it? Will I be okay? And that will be in Eddie's head. And if it's not in his head, it should be in his head.
These are the last few days. So just keep tight, keep together, use the training, and see what I can do. So I've just talked to Chris Evans, and then there's BBC Breakfast, BBC Lunchtime, BBC Mid-Morning Matters with Alan Partridge. That'd be quite nice.
We're now just about to do Good Morning Britain and BBC Breakfast, and then later on today he's doing a variety of regional radio programmes.
Hello.
Hi, we're watching your Periscope.
Are you watching Periscope?
I'm Esti. Esti. Yes, it's nice to meet you.
Brandon, nice to meet you. Nice to meet you. You know what I'm doing?
No, what are you doing?
I'm attempting around 27 marathons in 27 days for Sport Relief. Hello.
Hi, Kyle.
Nice to meet you. Kyle. We've raised £500,000 so far. Oh, 5 lakhs.
Most importantly, everyone should tune in this evening for the night of TV of Sport Relief, where Eddie will hopefully be coming live from his hotel this evening.
To donate £5 to Sport Relief, text RUN to 70005. Text costs £5 plus your standard network message charge. 100% of your donation will go to Sport Relief. You must be 16 or over, and please ask the bill payer's permission. For full terms and conditions and more information, go to www.bbc.co.uk/sportrelief. The text to donate service will close at midnight on the 30th of June 2016. Please do not text after this time.